This is one of my favorite student concertos. So I'm going to play this first movement for you, and then I'll give you a tutorial on ways to practice different elements in it. dotted rhythms, you want to make sure you have a very snappy hooked bowing with very nice articulation. Upper half. We have, a lot of these. So that sort of thing, I suggest using transposition. I cover that in some of my violin practice tip videos. So instead of playing, you could try to get the distances and the intervals. That can be very helpful kind of practicing. There's this tricky little bowing. I mean, you don't have to do it, but I like it at 49. So we call that shoe shine bowing when it's repeated. Or sometimes we have. So that's when we have a dotted rhythm and it goes up, down, up. So, and then after this, I like to play this off the string because it's suddenly very playful. And we have this little ricochet. So it's going to bounce more if it's flatter, and you can experiment in different parts of the bow, but I think just above the middle is a nice spot for that. For this little, there's sort of some mini cadenzas, and then we have the main one. So when we have, what we have is this repeating motive. So it's good to isolate that. And then for the string crossings, you want to make sure that you're very minimal with your arm motion. So this is basically a barrelage stroke. I have a video on that as well. So you really want to have your wrist and fingers going, especially because it's quick, and make sure your upper arm's just sitting there nicely. What else do people find hard? There's these weird intervals, like at 84. So it's really good to do transposition whenever we have something high. Figure out the notes and then play it in different intervals, different lower octave. There's so many details I could address. So let me know if you have any questions about this. There's this at Celerando and Piumoso he marks at 94. So I like to use that kind of spiccato stroke, and I really think of horseback riding here. And right before that we have these big C major chords. So you can break that more or play that three together. And then we have this lovely cadenza. So the usual advice for practicing double stops. We have these arpeggios and we have quintuplets. So they're very nice to practice forwards and backwards. I call that rewind exercise. So that's, now I'm at measure 114. So I can practice. For all of those, I would practice that, especially. There's many different fingerings you can do, depending what's comfy. And, we have to play high on the A and the D string for color on some of these spots. So just make sure your sounding point is closer to the bridge because the string length is very short. Make sure you come in. And then at the end, we have, I feel like they're competing characters. So we have at 156. Then we have these triplets, which I think are more dolce. And I find students always tend to have trouble with evenness here. So they're good to practice. With different kind of rhythm. All of these guys. And also at the end. I put on the metronome and do those in different rhythms as well. And then the scale at the end, it's a little bit unexpected. So again, very good to practice forwards and backwards. And of course, for this final E minor chord, we have to make sure we're in tune with the top E, so we get that perfect fourth and the fifth. The sixth can lie in different spots. So let me know if this was helpful and if you have any questions.